Hey you guys, what's going on? So, I'm Yamik, of course. I want to do a quick little video just explaining what a twin flame is, what a soulmate is, and what a karmic partner is, because a lot of people have been asking, and they're asking after, I've made my twin flame journey videos. So I think this would be a good chance for me to just explain it very briefly. So if you haven't watched my twin flame videos after this one, maybe you should check it out. Just check it out. Alright, so let me get into it first. First I'm going to explain twin flames. Then I'm going to explain soulmate. Then I'm going to explain karmic partners. And I left that for last because I feel like a lot of us have been in karmic relationships more than a twin flame and a soulmate one. I think a lot of us experience karmic partner relationships more than the first two I just named, the twin flame and the soulmate, because karmic partners, well, I'll just explain it after this. Alright you guys, here we go. So I'm gonna get right into it. So twin flame, someone you share the same soul with. A breathing connection filled with synchronicities, everything about yourself that you have been running from is suddenly right in front of you. Here are some of the signs that you would know that it is your twin flame. A deep emotional connection, mental connection, a physical connection, a spiritual connection, a balance, like you're yin and he's yang, or she's yin and she's yang, or whatever the case may be. An instant connection, you're drawn to each other and you cannot explain why, especially if you've never met each other and you're drawn to each other after a year and you're still drawn to each other. In and out of each other's lives, and that is because you guys mirror each other. So you're kind of like scared, be like, oh my god, like, I do that too, or that's part of me, or I see myself in him and that's scary, so let me run away because I can't explain this. It's just too real. So that's another one. You think you think differently with them, which basically means like your mind is more open. You have more possibilities with your your options. They put you onto like another like universe, and they make you want to change. Like you might just go vegan because they inspire you. You might get into meditation. You might be into like healing crystals after you come in contact with them. You might be into more like sage and Palo Santo and all that type of stuff. But before that, you was eating pork, you know what I mean? You wasn't into no sage, you was into smoking weed, but it wasn't into no damn sage, or no Palo Santo, you know what I mean? Or no healing crystals. Might have been other crystals, but not healing. I'm just joking, that's a little joke. And you finish each other's sentences, like, you're just so connected, you can actually, literally, like, think, you already know what they're gonna think. Or, like you say, like, what's the word? ESP. You guys have ESP. Like, I text you right when you're texting me, or vice versa, or, you might have been thinking about calling someone and they just call you up out of nowhere. Things like that. Don't get that confused with other connections, because sometimes these connections can mirror other ones, but then you would call that like a false twin flame. But you would really know about if it was a false twin flame or not. Another way you can tell if it's a twin flame, usually twin flames, their birthdays are like sort of like mirror yours, not the same date of course, but the same numbers, or maybe half of that number, you know what I mean, signs like that. Or they might have a birthday from someone like in your family, or close to like a sibling of yours, or like some of the birthdays might be close. So that's another way to show you, like, or a hint that they are your twin flame. Okay, so let's get to soulmates. This is gonna be a quick video, guys. I'm going through it really quick. This is like a speed dating soul connection video. Okay? Here we go with soulmate. Okay, so you guys, this is for soulmate, okay? And you can have a karmic soulmate too, so let me just get the regular soulmate out first. So, a soulmate, an instant connection. You feel like you've known them before, usually an easy relationship, usually. Typically the one you married, teaches you self-love, you feel secure, you just get each other, you just understand each other, you know what I'm saying? You fall in love with each other's flaws. It's intense, it's like you guys against the world. And I know you guys are probably like wondering, like, so what's the difference between, a twin flame and a soulmate? There's a big difference. A twin flame is basically like half of you. You guys share the same soul. But a soulmate is like the level underneath a twin flame. So it's sort of the same, but twin flame is like a higher level of a soulmate. It's like a real connection. And not to say, I know I wrote here that you typically marry your soulmate, but that's only because usually some twin flames, whether it be the divine masculine or divine feminine, they get so scared and so intimidated by the connection that they run from it. It's too intense for them. It's like, I can see myself with this person, but it's like, I can't lie to this person, you know what I mean? I can't be deceitful with this person. They already know. They sense everything because you're part of them. So they know when you're lying to them without even saying anything. They know what's going on before you even say anything. They sense it. You guys have like an ESP that never goes away with the twin flame. So let me get back to soulmate. I'm getting off topic here. You're mentally inseparable. You look each other in the eyes. Good eye contact. You feel secure and protected. And what's the last one? You can't imagine your life without them. And that can go for a twin flame too, you know what I mean? With soulmates, I feel like the connection is not as intense as a twin flame. Twin flame, you know that's your twin flame. And you might even run for them because you know that the connection is so legit. You'd be like, okay, well, I gotta be my P's and Q's on with this person because if I'm not, they're gonna catch on and they're gonna like, just call me out on my shit. A soulmate might not catch on right away. Not saying they won't, but it might take them a while. But twin flame, as soon as you come with some BS, they be like, all right, what's the deal? What's going on? And you cannot lie to them. So they rather ignore you or push you away or sabotage the relationship because of insecurities. But your twin flame loves you. You know what I mean? Your twin flame doesn't accept you for you. They don't care about the money. They don't care about what you got. Because both of you guys together, you and your twin flame, will make a brand new something. So don't be focused on money and materialistic things when you're dealing with a soulmate or a twin flame. Okay, you guys, so I told you this video is going to be fast. So I left Karmic for last because Karmic has the most notes. And like I said earlier in the video, I feel like most people are in Karmic situations now. And what I mean by now is, especially that we're being quarantined, you're really realizing who the karmic partner in your life is. And just being a regular human, you need life lessons. And those life and love lessons come from karmic relationships. So here we go. I'm going to explain karmic partners. Here we go with karmic partners, and I got my notes. You see how many? I got 4 index cards that I wrote out, front and back. So you know it's about to be a little bit of a doozy. I'm about to read you karmic partners for filth and blood and points. Alright, you guys, so let's get right to it. A karmic partner, not an easy relationship, yet really hard to let go. Brought together to learn a lesson and love that you failed to master in your previous life. And not always in love, that's lessons in general, that's life lessons. So let's get into some of the signs you can tell that is a karmic partner, and then I'm going to get into some more other facts as well. Because like I said, I have 3 left, front and back, so we're going to really dive deep a little bit. They repeat patterns, negative patterns. They are selfish. They are addictive. They bring out your worst fears. They revel in the dark side. They are irrational. They create dependency. And what I mean by that is, let me stop that right there, because there's a whole bunch I can explain. They can create dependency. And what that means is they can start an argument with you, and this is how karmic partners are really evil and mean. They will start an argument with you or any kind of situation, and they will cause, they may cause you to lose your job, and then you have to depend on them, because you might live with your karmic partner. Or they might sabotage, your car, and then they have to drive you to work and pick you up because they want to keep track. They want to know what you're doing all the time like a robot. You know what I mean? They want to have control. So they create dependency. They are tumultuous. They push your buttons. And these relationships don't last. I don't care if it's 8 months, 8 weeks, 8 years. It will end eventually. So, let's see. Exactly. Karmic relationships aren't meant to last. They are usually the biggest life lessons in love. People in karmic relationships never resolve their issues. They have the same arguments over and over and over again for years and years. without ever reaching a conclusion or a resolution, or coming to a place of understanding. This creates a drama-filled relationship. Many karmic relationships are solely based on sex, no matter the length of the relationship. And then what I mean by that is, people are like, oh, what do you mean it's just based on sex? You can be with somebody for so long and it's just sex? Let me explain. What I mean by that is, like, sex is the basis of the relationship. They use sex to control. They use sex to make up. They use sex to make the partner mad. They might cheat on the partner and go have sex with somebody else, and that makes the partner mad, obviously, or makes them sad, or, you know, feel unappreciated. So they use sex a lot. Sex is their main tool. So be careful with your karmic partners that use sex to bind you. Okay, let's see here. What else do we got? Okay, in a karmic relationship, one partner gives up their interests. Like, why can't I say that word? Gives up their interests. How do you say that word, you guys? Tell me in the comments. How do you say interests? And hobbies, etc., while the other doesn't. The partner giving up everything is usually forced to join in or support, or just there watching the karmic partner. The selfish partner hobbies or goals and interests are usually put to the forefront, while the person who's not the karmic just sits there and just supports, but they ignore their own, you know, wishes and dreams and aspirations just to satisfy the partner they're with, the karmic partner. The relationship becomes unbalanced, with the focus only on the karmic partner's happiness, which is not a relationship. That's basically a dictatorship. That is a dictatorship you're in. Because both partners' needs and wants should be acknowledged, should be respected. There should be respect on both ends. There should not be physical abuse. Then that should be emotional manipulation. It should not be using your childhood against you to manipulate them and say, well, you need me, and, you know, I know everything about you, and they don't know nothing about you. I've known you for so long. Manipulation. Manipulation is a form of black magic. You know what I mean? In a simpler form. You don't have to have a voodoo doll using pins or all that stuff. You can basically just use words, and that is black magic. Using, you know, words to manipulate a person to keep them stuck in the relationship you're in. That's indicative of a karmic relationship. Okay? So the way to know that you are in any of these relationships is to just watch this video again and again and again and again, because you will definitely know. And then you might be sitting back after watching this video and say, well, damn, this dude, this girl, is this my karmic partner? I thought this was my soulmate. You gotta really be careful about these relationships you get in, because you might think it's your soulmate, but it ain't. It might be a karmic. And the reason why I didn't put in the twin flame, because not everyone has a twin flame. Not everyone will go through a twin flame journey. It's not for everyone. Not everyone will go through it. It's only for select people. Twin flames are made to come to this earth, not just to be with each other. They're meant to be with each other to help humanity, to have a bigger purpose, to come together to help the world, to help people, to help other people going through the twin flame journey. So that's why twin flames, everyone's not a twin flame, and everyone does not have a twin flame, and everyone does not go through this twin flame journey. Yes, everyone is, anyone can have a soulmate, and everyone can have a karmic. Everyone can have a karmic. You have a karmic parent, you have a karmic cousin, you have a karmic partner, you have a karmic job, you know what I mean? You have a karmic anything, but not everyone has a twin flame. So, you guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. And don't forget to check out my Twin Flame Journey Chronicles, or whatever I label it as. I think it's a Twin Flame Journey. So check out those and let me know what you think. And I love you guys for watching. And thanks again. I'm Yamik, and later.